You think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine.
Welcome to the Monday stream. I hope everyone's having an awesome Monday, and I hope everyone had a fantastic Halloween weekend. Thank you all for being here. Welcome, John, Lithium, Bruno, Saris. Popping over to Twitch real quick. John Lithium, welcome. Can everybody hear me okay? Is it all good? Do we have good enough sound? Sounds good to me. Sounds great. All right. All right, that's all we needed to know. Let's get started, folks. I'm just me. Welcome. 5x5. Appreciate that. Let's get started, folks. I hope y'all had a wonderful Halloween. I didn't do too much for Halloween. I spent a good amount, a decent amount, playing Call of Duty Zombies, Black Ops 2, like it was 2012. Why did I think you had Mondays off? I wish. Hair graphics state sounds like a funny crush, don't you think? Probably game related if I had to take a guess. That's probably one of the best. That's probably the best one of the series. I think so. I think so. It was really cheap. On the Microsoft Store a while ago. And I had the original like Xbox 360 Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. I had that a very long time ago. And I got the digital version to be able to play on the new console. So that was very, very, very fun. And I think the best level that I was able to get to was round 25 by myself, starting from scratch. Ladybug, welcome. It happens to me when I play games with ray tracing. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes complete sense, right? It seems like a graphics error from a game. Soul Life, welcome. That game is why I hated Halo. I was so used to the COD button layout that I rage quitted Halo 5 minutes into my first gameplay. That's funny. That's funny. It's weird because like I change back and forth between the old Halos and Black Ops 2, because like what, that would be Halo 2, right? Or Halo 3. That was around 2012. I think 2011 I want to say was Halo 3. But anyways, yeah, I've played all the Halos, and maybe that's why it was easier for me to go from Halo to Call of Duty layout. It really doesn't bother me at all. I've got the Halo Master Chief Collection on Steam. Nice. I've been doing the Halo pilgrimage. I've already done the whole Master Chief Collection. I'm on 1 through 4. Currently on 5. And I went to I still have the disc back, when we still bought physical copies of games. And now my Halo 5 disc won't work. I have no idea. My old Fallout 4 disc that's been with me for probably longer still works just fine, but my Halo 5 doesn't work at all. Not a thing. It doesn't boot, it doesn't do anything. Folks, do all the stuff. There are all the links there if you want to support the channel directly. I was gifted Halo 1, 2, and 3. I tried 3 first, but after dying due to crappy button placement, I said, nope, zombies seem better anyways. I was just tired of carrying the team. Oh my god. The reason I prefer Nintendo is because a lot of games have physical support. Yeah, but that's gone. That's gone and going away as well. Slowly but surely. Saris, did I say hello? I don't know if I said hello. It's not necessarily a good thing. I like the physical stuff, but like the counter argument could be that, like, just like how my physical Halo 5 CD doesn't work anymore. That's kind of like the failure point of physical media, right? I think you should be able to, once you buy a game or any piece of media, if you want to download it and keep a copy wherever on your computer, then you should be able to do so, especially if you paid for it, right? Like GOG Games. GOG Games does that. When you buy a game off of GOG, you keep that install file. You can install that game anywhere, and any PC that you get. Yeah, that's why GOG is great. F Nintendo, they'll never get $1 out of me. I'll pirate their crappy games if I want to experience it. Yeah, Nintendo has been pretty anti-consumer. So is Microsoft, by the way. So is Microsoft. Microsoft has been going down that route, too. I was early today. Okay, good. Just making sure. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 didn't show gore on the Wii, but it seemed like identical gameplay otherwise. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know. Was Modern Warfare on the Wii, too? What? I didn't know that. The only game I've ever played on the Wii is mostly Super Smash Bros. The only game I played on the Nintendo Wii was mainly Super Smash Brothers. That's right, you can keep the offline installers. If you've ever played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on the Wii and thought someone was hacking, it was probably me. That's funny. Alright, folks, let's get started. We have plenty of stuff to go through. Seth Evans, welcome. No small part of the legitimate concerns problem with non-physical media is just that every effing aspect of the economy is just increasingly more efficient scam. Yeah, true. Super Smash Bros. Was Nintendo's last game I bought. You could use the game to crack Wii and install Homebrew. Huh. Of the general, it's an efficient scam of the general public for the benefit of an ever-shrinking minority, the wealthiest people that own everything and just keep buying up more.
I think we really
Yeah,
need
I mean,
to
that's
figure
just
out.
kind of like how, that's just the natural progression of capitalism.
Some language to describe these people. I know Goon Squad we've had in the past, but it's fascinating to me that we can assassinate, essentially, just blow up boats in the Caribbean or in the Pacific by
More on that later.
creating this sort of new category of criminals, assuming that these people are even criminals, but we have no idea of knowing. But they're narco terrorists. You know, terrorism means something, and these so-called narco terrorists are ruthless criminals, maybe killers in many instances, but they're not promoting any type of ideology. They're not attempting to change the politics. They're out there. They perceive themselves as businessmen, and they're not, in fact, to some extent, like, they're not engaging because they don't want to bring more heat on them. So this whole thing, but when you look at what ICE is doing, this is definitionally terroristic. They are intimidating people
with political aims. Like, the definition of terrorism is to use violence or the threat of violence to coerce and manifest a political outcome, right? Like, if they were such scum-sucking scam artists as a rule, we could maybe be confident they won't attempt to weaponize our lack of tangible media against us in the future whenever they think circumstances permit them to get away with it, and it would not increasing their profits. The Trump effect is global and normalizes sane washing.
to inhibit their use of their rights in many instances. This is a compilation posted by David Byer on X of
The everything
Border
app.
Patrol agents and ICE. And again, they're beginning to be mixed. A lot of the Border Patrol people are coming over to ICE because they're the guys who will have their riding crops and snap their whips at immigrants. Here is a compilation of them claiming incorrectly that people don't have a right to record these ICE agents.
Just to be clear, like I know, the obvious must be said. One of the things that you can do to combat this fascism is to record. That's right. Record, post on social media. If you see ICE operations, record. The judge who is requesting the CBP leader, Bovine, or whatever his name is, whatever. It's like BOV something or other. To come before the court every day and explain himself. The only reason that's happening is because the judge saw a bunch of these videos and is concerned about the overreaching and over an excessive use of force that ICE is doing. So 100,000%. Yeah, Bovine or I think something like that. So the only reason that judge is doing that is because they've seen videos of ICE using excessive force. So yeah, absolutely. Record. And post on social media. I'm not sure if that's how you spell it, but it's something or other, right? It's like BOVEN, or I don't know. Election day tomorrow. That's true. Folks, if there are several elections or several off-year elections tomorrow, please check to see if your state has one. Most notably, New York. Please go vote out if you're in New York. Go vote for Zoran Mamdani. If you're in Georgia, by the way, there is a small but important election happening here. With regards to a small council with power. And the Republicans who are currently sitting on the council are trying to further the interests of the fossil fuel industry. So if you're in Georgia or know folks in Georgia, please go urge them to vote against the Republicans. It is the local election here in the state. Pretty much that's the big one. That is the big one here. So elections in the middle of the week is pretty tone deaf. Yeah, at least here, I don't know, in other places, but at least here polls close at 7 p.m. Polls close at 7 p.m. So yeah, if you can, get out there and vote, especially if you're in one of these important special elections, because you best believe that sometimes even these small local special elections are very important, okay? Because that's where these are where the outcomes affect you directly. Dad Anonymously, welcome.
USC 111. If you continue to do it, I'll place you under arrest.
Can you show me the ordinance?
I'll arrest you and take you to the jail, and then your lawyer can see it after the fact.
Okay, it's my
18 USC
understanding
111.
I have the right to record you.
You do
She
not have
does.
the right to impede a federal agent in the course
I'm
of your
not
duties.
impeding you.
Violating traffic codes while following
I didn't-
a federal vehicle.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I didn't
that's a
violate.
They can scream and yell all they want, but she absolutely has, and you absolutely have the right to film ICE, okay? They will try to intimidate you and say that you are obstructing. You are not. There's no way that you can be obstructing simply by filming. In continental Europe, it's almost always on a Sunday. It's something election reform should keep in mind. Oh, I agree. There should be, first of all, there should be plenty of time with regards to early voting, because we also have early voting as well. But there should be extended or early voting. There should be a PSA announcement about these small local elections on off years. I think there should be more public service announcements regarding that. But yeah, that would be a good idea to move the actual date to like a weekend. Ground level news, welcome. Just make sure you're following all basic laws while doing it. 100%. 100%. Don't violate any laws. Obviously, you can absolutely, you're within your right to just be on the public sidewalk filming ICE, right? Like it's very, you can do that. You can also be on the road, legally driving, as long as you're not breaking any infractions. Eager welcome. That's right. Vote. One of the many hints we don't live in anything remotely as democratic as all the smoke and ruling class blows up the average ass we would have you believe. It's just a number of obvious, basic, self-evident ways like that the status quo could be made more immediately more democratic. Yep. Before we get to putting our best minds on the case. Polling slows at 10 p.m. That's great. I have no video and can't turn off top chat on Firefox. What the F is happening? I don't know. You know, they scheduled it in the middle of the week for a reason. You know who isn't busy in the middle of the week? Retired people. Yep. That's true. I agree. 100%. It should be a holiday. Now I'm totally disconnected from chat, but I see you though, which is interesting. But do your best to try to get out there, folks, because your landlord, okay? You best believe that your landlord is paying attention to these small special elections. Okay? The small business owners are paying attention to these special elections, okay? The banks that own your mortgages that can get favorable outcomes in these off years because nobody's paying attention is going to vote, okay? Which is as the second round of votes that any would-be law must pass through a body deliberately designed to skew representation away from one person, one vote of principle on and on and on. Yep, 100%. Dems need to draft a law that will allow citizens to sue ICE for illegal activity, no different than the police. They can't pass it, but it would help them in 2026. Yeah. I mean, ICE can still be sued for violations, for civil right violations, right? Or for criminal charges too. I just don't know like how much, like what the extent of their protection is versus like normal police officers. Not just ICE, but all federal officers. I mean, I don't disagree, just to be clear.
I didn't violate what was it?
You're impeding and obstructing.
I'm not impeding by riding down the street. I'm not impeding.
Yeah, driving down a public street, okay, while filming is not impeding anything, okay? They're the ones who stopped and started harassing this woman.
By riding
The
down
state has to take the lead, honestly. I mean, kind of, yeah.
on the street.
You're following us now.
I happen to be going this way. Where are you going?
We saw you.
I know, I saw you too. I took pictures. I wasn't hiding from you. I saw you at Home Depot.
Crossed from a bunch of traffic. So
And now I'm
At Home Depot, by the way. Arresting all the criminals, I'm sure. It's unrealistic to expect private citizens to carry most of the load through private causes of action. They're nice to have. But like if the median person had the kind of money wherewithal to viably litigate ICE into position, they couldn't do this. People would be already. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's true. It's just... It'd be nice if individual citizens could fight back. There's no legal teeth, sadly. Stephen Miller was technically right on the immunity. They did finally get law and books, but the court has stripped it down to nothing. Gotcha. I updated Firefox and everything worked now. Not everything works now. I have chat and video. Look at that. Nice. Welcome back.
And I want to pull you out of the vehicle and arrest you.
okay.
They literally can't arrest her. That she's not committing a crime. And ICE has no jurisdiction over private citizens. Like they have no jurisdiction over actual citizens. Like they can't. They on the books technically. Okay, I know that like we're in different times now, right? But technically, no, they can't arrest citizens. Just out of the blue like this. Okay, they're not actually like law enforcement. It sure would be. I know I personally would not could not any form individual fighting back against ICE. My take.
There's the fitness test.
Right in a bike lane too.
And to be clear, it is definitionally impossible for you to impede if you are behind them. Unless they start to back up, in which case you would have no knowledge. But you cannot impede them because you are behind them.
Right.
So you can follow them. You can't break any traffic laws.
Yep.
And they can give you a ticket if you break a traffic law, but they don't have any tickets on them because they don't have the ability to cite you for a traffic violation.
Right. Like,
But
no, can they even like act as traffic enforcement? I don't think they can. They're not police officers in the normal sense, right? Like they can't sit there and hand out tickets for you missing a stop sign. They just don't have that capacity because that's not what they do.
These thugs, they want to tie somebody like that up in a legal process that would be incredibly difficult for her to deal with, regardless of whether or not those charges stand. That is the point of this. They are using the asymmetrical powers that the state has, or the federal government has.
Yeah,
because
much like the Gestapo, right? Like the Gestapo had no guardrails. Essentially, they can just, if you were an enemy of the state, like that's it. Due process be damned. Now they can just mask up and take anyone off the streets, detain them at ICE detainment facilities. Who's stopping them? What consequences will they face? None and none. So far, it doesn't seem like any consequences are happening right now. But yeah, if we're ever to move on from this, there will have to be consequences. If we're ever to move on, there will have to be consequences for everybody involved, top to bottom, Nuremberg style. Now, is that gonna happen? I don't know. But that's what, in an ideal scenario, that's what would happen. Police could stop ICE by enforcing the law, but they're not. They just stand off to the side. That's anti-ICE states. Pro-ICE states have police that cooperate. Yeah, that's true. There have been certain like small, there have been small instances of like police getting involved, but they are far and few between. The police are mostly on ICE's side, regardless. They're like it is more often than not that the police are on their side. The states or state of the several formal policy doesn't have to start on the side of resistance. In fact, presumably some start on the opposite side for there to be a thing to resist. The next Dem president will pardon all the ICE-related crimes and say we need to look forward, not back. I would legitimately crash out if that's what they do. I mean, that would be like a typical like MO, Democratic MO, but like it can't be like that. It can't be like that. If it is like that, then like it's GG's, right? Because like there will be no accountability. And that's kind of like that. The police is not on our side. No, the police is not your friend. But unless we, the people, start getting some institutional support from the states, peeling off, it's a much harder climb. Shasta reasonably think we could prevail in effectively resisting ICE, whatever. Like you need to do at some point have to be some degree of parity with your opposition in force when it's force versus force, or else it's just a Hail Mary at best. Yeah. They lie in court all the time. Yep. That's true.
This has been rubber stamped by the Republican Party and then, some of the Democrats too, like with the Lake and Riley Act, where they have allowed for this lawlessness to be allowed, this terrorizing of communities.
And I think they have arrested.
They're Dems, man. DC Dems ain't woke yet. It'll take a new generation for that. I don't disagree. I'm saying that like it can't be like that. If it is, if it is, then it's done, folks. It's cooked. Historically, the average U.S. law enforcement gives you very little cause for optimism. 100%. The point needs to be raised in the Dem primaries. Will you pardon the unlawful ICE actions? Yeah, make it a point. Like, we, the people, also need to kind of stress that regardless. Like, hey, or is there going to be any accountability? Like, you need to understand you need to understand, like, there has to be accountability, and impose that point, over and over and over again, and that should start now. That should start now. I should be treated like what they are, acting like terrorists. They are terrorizing. They are terrorists, by definition. Lucky for us, the present generation of Dems and powers that be are all like 20 years past the average date of expiration.
People, but this one is, I think this compilation we put together because they see it as a concerted effort to intimidate people.
Yeah.
But is there more of this?
Yeah, we got another one here posted
Yeah, okay.
by Kim KD USA.
We continue to watch you tell us, we will pull you out and arrest you. You understand? Okay, thank you, sir.
That's got music, so I'm going to stop it a little bit.
He's just saying, if you keep following us, we'll pull you over and arrest you. And
It's a lie.
Here's another one.
They might, but they have no grounds to.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm State Representative Han Nguyen.
These guys are telling us to stop following.
I'm State Representative Han
They're
Nguyen.
U.S. Customs and Border Patrol.
I'm State Representative Han
There's 3
Nguyen.
agents behind us. Why is my window not working?
I'm State Representative Han Nguyen.
Somehow they're able to open my windows. These people are... There's 3 officers in front of us, 3
I'm
officers
State
behind us.
Representative Han Nguyen.
He has...
Yeah, so the reason why they're doing that is because they have some kind of program to basically, like, build profiles on people just by taking the picture and submitting it to the program, to the, I guess, AI program or whatever program, database, to try to build information. So, yeah, I mean, like, anyone who thinks that this is not a secret police is lost in space. Because this is exactly what secret police do.
I'm State Representative Han Nguyen.
Nah, you're good, John.
There's 3
I'm
officers
State
behind
Representative
us.
Han Nguyen.
Okay, I'm gonna keep following this guy. This other car behind us.
Yeah, they just put a gun.
Yeah, they just had a gun. We're at Montrose and Kimball now, telling us to stop following them. I guess the other car behind me was following me. I didn't realize, but now we're at Montrose.
So they pointed a gun at a state rep.
Yep.
Okay, we're heading west on Montrose from Kimball.
All right, I want to talk about too that you'll noticed maybe in a lot of these videos, these ICE guys take
Absolutely.
out their phones, and it's all
Oh yeah, he's gonna go into this. Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely ludicrous that you are pointing firearms at people at all. Like, you do not do that. Is that the notification? Is that the phone notification? The video? Yeah. It's in the video. It's not me, or it's not the computer. It's on the video. Yeah, you do not point your firearm at all at anyone, at all, for no reason other than as a last resort to try to defend yourself, because there is imminent and grave danger to your life at this point. That is the only reason why you would draw your firearm. Drawing your firearm at a state representative is disgusting and dangerous. And it just goes to show that these people should not be out there doing these kind of work. Doing this kind of work. It doesn't suit them. Gila Hale, thank you for the follow. I thought my phone was tweaking. No, it was the video.
almost like they're recording. What they're doing is they have an app, and the name of the app escapes me at the moment. But this app is directly tied into stuff like pictures that you may have taken at the TSA, pictures that you've taken in if you're an immigrant, and it uses facial recognition. It identifies who you are and tells them your status. And then they use that. They will use it as probable cause to arrest you if your immigration status is anything other than a U.S. citizen.
Yep. And mind you, your immigration status can be completely legal. And they won't care. Bipedal meatbag, welcome. A third of ICE agents can't even pass their PT test. Yep. I'm pretty sure it's unlawful for an officer to point a weapon at anyone that poses no immediate danger. Yeah, it's hella illegal for you to point your firearm at anyone. Much less a police officer or federal agent. Elwa, links, welcome.
I suspect they're going to use this for stuff down the road too. And what that's going to be.
Yeah, it's building a database, right? Like that's what this is. It's a secret police. It's a secret police. They've deported natural born citizens. Yep. They don't care. They've deported indigenous people. Okay? They've deported indigenous people. So yeah. They'll just claim that their life was in danger regardless of what happens. Yeah, I'm sure that's what they'll do.
We don't know. So
this is the Palantir technology, right? That we've been hearing that they're
I don't know if it's
ICE.
Palantir, but it's I cannot remember the name of the app. But
or a competitor.
404,
It doesn't necessarily matter, but that's one of the contracts that they've reported to have signed.
404 Media has done a lot of work on this. It's worth checking out. Chicago Letter Carrier says, wear your sunglasses, folks. They're scanning. I don't know if they're scanning your eyes to identify you as much as they are your facial recognition. But
well,
the bottom line
Washington
is,
Post said iris scanning technology is like they've already purchased this ICE a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, like it's the technology. The technology is pretty advanced at this point that it doesn't really matter. It really does not matter. It's been a minute, but good to see you. My hopes are that Zoran wins tomorrow. Welcome, Bonzilla. I have a suspicion that he will. I have a suspicion that Zoran will win tomorrow. Because that will make it legally and practically and politically more difficult for them to use it as a pretext while still fronting the issue. That was started in hunter safety not to point a weapon at anything you don't intend to kill. I mean, that's just, yeah, this is like gun safety 101. 404 Media has been doing great work for the last few years. The problem that cuts across a lot of ideologies of what happens when you just throw even a notion of due process at a wind just governed by just trust me, bro, and the people you're supposed to trust ostensibly have empirical history, demonstrably and measurably being the worst people alive, or certainly giving lots of ammo to reasonably argue among said people. Yep. Trump is going to deport him right after he wins. I mean, they can try, although I don't know how that's going to work out for them. That's the most right-wing memeing I've ever heard of. It doesn't exactly help to wait to deport him until after he's gained legitimacy and attention by winning. Yeah, I mean, like, it's I doubt it. I mean, they might threaten that, but I don't think they'll do it. If Cuomo wins, the future of this country is Jover. I mean, it may still be, but at least with Zoran winning, it does paint at least a potential pivot point, a potential turning point, maybe. Yeah, it would have been much better off deporting him like 6 months ago, a year ago, before he stormed to the top of the favored slot race in public recognition. Not that any of that will stop them. But I doubt that they'll try anything. I think it's going to be very. He's probably going to win in a very decisive way. I think it's GG's. I think it's not that everything is a foregone conclusion, but I think that like the overall trend and overall aggregate of polling, everything seems to point in the direction that Mamdani should have a pretty comfortable win ratio, I guess. Win, like the separation between him and Cuomo is enough, about double digits. So it should be more than enough for him to coast. It does give you a little hope. Yeah, I agree. Because maybe it might lead to a turning point. Someone like Mamdani rising and winning an election in the most, arguably one of the most important cities, and power centers of the country, would be massive. Trump has said something in this, that he has something in store for Mamdani if he and implied if he wins. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the most likely outcome is them shifting to bitching voting and attempting to undermine clandestinely while denying their deliberately trying to wreck to support their narrative. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that they're gonna try to undermine Mamdani at every point, with the ultimate goal of saying, "See, it didn't work, did it?" But yeah, I don't think that they're gonna send like ICE agents to go and arrest him or something. I don't think so. Not that it's something they wouldn't want to do. I just don't know how feasible that is. Dems could learn from Mamdani. They could have learned from Bernie, but they didn't. Yeah, see, the difference is, like, there's no disputing it. Like, not only did Mamdani win the primary, but he won against all odds, by the way, because you know that the DNC, or at least the Democratic establishment of the state, was doing everything they could to just like undermine him the entire way, but somehow he still managed to win the primary, and it is very likely that he wins the general election. So they can't ignore that. That's not something. It's more, at least they can. Let me rephrase that. They can ignore that. My argument is it's harder to ignore someone like Mamdani. Does that make sense? If we gotta drag these people kicking and screaming, okay, to the left, then so be it. To the degree that they're able to be. I think Mamdani will win in a landslide. Maybe. I'm just expecting shenanigans. So, you know, if there's a double-digit lead, then that's pretty comfortable. Dems only know how to lose and capitulate. Not wrong. How much AIPAC money will they spend to get rid of Mamdani? If the money doesn't work, then there's hope. Both parties have to make a Mamdani socialism is a complete failure. They have to. The success threatens both parties in the U.S. capitalism lifestyle. Yeah, I mean, no doubt. No doubt that they're going to try to. But if he is able to successfully navigate and do some good stuff, because I suspect that he probably will be undermined to the point where he won't be able to accomplish all the things that he wants to. But if he accomplishes like a couple of big things, even if it's one or two big things that actually show and demonstrate positive change in New York, and one or two big programs that work and just they won't be getting rid of that easily. Like, I don't know, if he manages to make the bus system free and more efficient, or if he is able to establish some of these like government-run food stores, supermarkets, then, like, you know, establishing that would be big. And regardless of what they do, that's not going to go away. That's not going to go away. We are seeing why it's not working. It's capitalism. I agree.
Weeks ago, they had an article about it saying that they're deploying it in an immigration context. So I think it's both facial and iris recognition that they're using.
Sunglasses, very helpful. You know, it's winter, fall. Maybe you come across these guys. You don't want to give them COVID. You don't want to give them any type of, you know, maybe you have a virus.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
you have a cold.
Yeah, you got to
Why are
be
you
very
wearing
concerned.
that mask? I'm doing this to protect you, officer. I don't want you to get sick. And so if you have a mask and you have sunglasses on, it's a lot harder, obviously. So good thing maybe to carry it around with you in the event that you're in a position to see these guys. This is a great example of, well, let's watch this in Durango. These guys are on the edge as it is. A lot of these guys are probably signing up for this because they want the opportunity to do this kind of stuff. This is, we don't know when it took place. It was posted Wednesday, October 29th, and taking place in Durango, Colorado.
I have a feeling this will resemble Obama. I wanted to do these things, but I've been obstructed. Yeah, but I think it's like, it's different. We're dealing with different. Like I don't know if like Obama had that same type of energy. Maybe I forgot. But yeah, I think this is a little bit different. Than Obama. Heat, how's it going? Hey, all, Durango's so beautiful. Good weed too. Nice.
I don't even know who you are. Oh, dude. You can't take my phone. You cannot. Oh,
Got to leave.
Hello. Are we still back? Are we back? My Uber is 1 minute away. Just start coughing on the ICE agents. Are we good? Are we back? OBS just, I didn't need to refresh, but do so if you need to. Okay, so it was just like a temporary, like, little blip. It just went boop. Alright, good. Yeah, we're back. Anyways, yeah, if you see a bunch of masked men that refuse to identify themselves, like, just call the cops on them, okay? Like, don't expect the cops to do anything. It's just more of a gang on gang kind of thing, right? Like, call the cops, make them do something, make them show up. Say there's a bunch of armed masked men who refuse to identify themselves, grabbing people, right? Like that'll get them. But don't say too much, okay? Don't say too much. Just say that you see a bunch of masked men, masked armed men that are pretending to be police officers because they refuse to identify themselves. And you would like an officer to check things out. You know what I mean? And they're just grabbing people and assaulting people, and you want an officer out there.
Yep. People should not hesitate to call the cops on these people. And this next video, it's 14 minutes long. We should put a link to it. We're not going to play the whole thing. Let's play the...
Yeah, let them sort it all out. Yeah, we can be confident that the average cops are not doing anything better with their time. Yeah, and maybe if they like actually like don't know what's going on, maybe ICE will get maybe ICE will actually get a small taste, maybe for a brief moment, of what they're doing. And you have almost all would agree is a legal or plausible CYA reason to call. 100%. Like if they're not identifying themselves and they're just assaulting people, right? Like not even arresting them, like just straight up assaulting people. Like you're witnessing a crime, as far as you know. As far as you know, these people are not showing any type of identification. You don't know if they're actually ICE agents or not. And they're masked. They look pretty armed to me. And they're just going around assaulting people, assaulting a group of people. In this case, assaulting a woman. So you can emphasize that. Hey, these masked people with what seems to be law enforcement emblems that didn't identify themselves. They don't really seem to be in any type of police vehicle. They seem to be armed. I can look. I can see that they're armed. They're assaulting people. And they're not arresting anybody. So it doesn't seem like they're cops. So you better check this out. Cops arrested an ICE agent near Boston about 2 weeks ago. Was that the drunk guy? They have no plates. They must be traveling. Yeah, like they don't even have like real marked cars. It's just like rental cars. So yeah, you don't know, and it's not your job to know that. It's their job to identify themselves as law enforcement, as ICE, as federal agents, as whatever. Given their behavior, I reckon reasonably, you often wouldn't be able to identify ICE with much certainty, which is a good inference, probably wise, but still not exactly direct and inescapable proof. It's ICE, not direct, explicit proof. Yeah, and like you don't need to tell them that you think that they're ICE agents or anything like that. You just don't know because they refuse to identify themselves. And maybe some gung-ho police response might make these people want to identify themselves more often.
Beginning and then towards the end. But one of the things that
and film, record. Oh, everyone now carries a camera in their pocket. Okay, a camera and a microphone in their pocket. Record. If you have a dash cam, record. Your phone has a microphone, even if you can't like explicitly shoot video at the moment. It'll still record audio. Like record.
This patriot who is intervening on this basically racial profile stop by ICE.
Yeah, that's a good point, John Lithium. If anything, right? If anything, you call the cops and you can observe their behavior and see if they're more friendly to ICE or they're more loose on the issue. Because if the cops tell you they're in danger, then you know everyone. If the cops tell you they are ICE, then you know everyone is in danger. Yep. So yeah, that's like if anything, it's also a great exercise in intelligence gathering. If the police are much more buddy, because there are sheriff departments and police departments that are more buddy with ICE than others, and you can also judge and assess how that relationship is based on their response.
Of a guy in a van. One of the things that she told a stand-byer to do is call the cops, tell them there is some masked men who are trying to pull a guy out of a van.
Yep.
On this street at this location, and then hang up. And she said, don't answer the phone again, because if you don't, they're going to have to come. Which I thought was a very interesting tactic. Of course, and, listen.
Always make sure, okay, that whatever it is that you are doing is within the law and is within, completely straight and forward. Make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. If you are allowed to do X or Y, if you're allowed to, do whatever. Make sure that you are very, very, very well aware of the laws.
I'm not recommending anybody do anything at all. I'm trying to illustrate what's being done in these videos for educational purposes because, of course, we're a news program, and that's what we do. We inform people as to what's going on. So here is a video. We're not unclear exactly where this was taking place. It was posted October 28th. Let's play the first like minute or two, and then we'll jump ahead to the end.
Yeah, this is some shit going on right here. Hell no. All right. Ice. Ice is here. Ice is here. Ice is here. Wow. No diga nada. Hey, no diga nada.
I should yelling to them. Don't say
Hey, no
anything.
diga nada.
Yeah, so just to be clear, that is not illegal. Informing somebody of their rights, to remain silent, because it doesn't matter what status you have, whether you are documented or undocumented or a citizen, that does not matter. You still have the right to remain silent, and the right to not self-incriminate. So yeah, what she is doing is not illegal at all. Wizard of Lizard. Yeah, but they're going to say she's blocking traffic. She's not, but they're going to say she is. Yeah, I mean, whatever. You know.
You guys, if you don't have a fucking warrant, you need to get out of here. No, you need to keep going. This is my community.
This is how you fight back, folks.
You are here. You guys passed the fucking red light. You cannot tell me shit. Stay away from... Oiga, suba las ventanas. No diga nada. Suba las ventanas. No diga nada. Si no tienen una orden de arresto, no diga nada. No
Yeah,
diga...
don't say anything. Don't talk to them. And if you do not have an actual arrest warrant, meaning one signed by a judge, not an administrative warrant, then you cannot be technically taken away. So the point being is that you need to know your rights, folks, and you need to inform of these people of their rights as well, because they may not know. Actually, looks like they're impeding traffic technically. Oh yeah, 100%. She's a hero. The nerves of